Hey, hi. Good evening, everyone. Let me see if my mic is on. Yes. Hey, hi. Good evening. I hope I am audible. Just give me a quick confirmation in the chat, everyone. Let me just also switch to your live chat. Okay. So 66 people so far. Let's wait for a few more minutes. I'm also opening your chat on my mobile as well. So hi guys. How are you? How are you all? Hi Naresh. Hi Srikant. कैसे हो सब लोग? How is everyone doing? And how was your Diwali holidays? Right. So right, good evening, everyone. Just join. I'm just yeah. Thank you for that confirmation. Just syncing up my mobile chat so I can talk to you. Right. So yeah. So now, okay. So we are now more than 100 students watching. So I guess we are all good to start off the 120. Wow. Right. So let's see how much we can reach today. Right. Okay. So before we start, right. So I'm not your trainer, as you all know. So our trainer is Sanjay, right, who is there and who is going to take your whole session. But I'm here to just give a brief intro, as always, for all the newcomers who are joining on this platform for the first time. So what is that you as a student have to follow so that you can get your certificates and you can complete this course totally, right? Okay, so everyone very entertaining and okay, great. So I guess everyone had fun in their Diwali vacation. So now let's get back to the study part, right? So before we start with the whole lecture, right? So first thing is what all things, as I mentioned, you guys have to follow and where you can get all the links to your assignments, the attendance, the certificate, and everything. So the very first thing which you guys have to do is, let me just also stop this. Okay, so if you guys can see my screen, right, everything is available on this in this description. Okay, so all you need to do is just open the description, and if you just read this description, right, everything is in one place regarding your registrations, attendance, certificate download, assignments, lu coins, everything. All you need to do is just hit on this link and it will take you to the enrollment page if you guys have not enrolled yet. Okay, so if you have, like, I am also first time opening this, so it is going to show me a pop-up like this, that yes, if you are not enrolled, would you like to enroll on it? And I'm just sorry, enroll in it, and I'm just going to click on enroll, and that's it. Now I am enrolled into the program, and I will get WhatsApp reminders, emails regarding the program and certificates, right? Now let's understand what is there in this page and what all things you can get from here. The very first thing is, as you can see, the program progress bar. So there are a few parameters which you guys need to understand ki what you have to follow so that you can get these certificates. So let me just try to zoom it out. Some issue with my trackpad. Yeah. So as you can see, right, the progress of this program is calculated on two parameters: attendance and assignments. So you have to submit your assignments and mark your attendance only when your program progress bars goes beyond 50 and the class is over. That is, the last day of the class is over, right? Then only you are able to download the certificates. Once that is done, you will see a generate certificate button right besides here, so that you can generate the certificate and download it from here. To ask your questions regarding anything, to talk with your batchmates and everyone, we have this Telegram channel. You can have a discussion there. And second is for notifications, where you get updates regarding our upcoming batches, when your lecture is starting, and all those things, you can join our WhatsApp broadcast groups, right? Coming down, you will have the schedule, okay, for the classes, like when all days, what all things are going to be taught. That is, today is our first day. We are going to start with html css essential, the basic of intro of what is html, what is css. While you are learning, while you are listening to the lectures, all you can do is go and mark your attendance, even if you're watching the class in recording, right? Okay, just a minute. I'm actually speaking. I'm not able to see a chat, so I'll just quickly see if there's any doubt by you guys. Great. Okay, so far I don't see any queries coming in, right? So to mark your attendance, right, all if you like what you're learning and if you like what we are doing, all you have to go is mark a 10 so that we know, yes, we had this good session and you guys loved it. So you have to give a 10. If you're not happy, accordingly mark, and also give a feedback. Okay, just don't give the, you can say, 5 or 6 and write, like, leave empty in the comments. If you're not liking anything, please make sure you're pointing it out so that we can work upon it and we can make things better for you. If you guys are liking, make sure that you're also letting us know that yes, you're liking what we do and how we can make it better, right? So then if you guys are interested in a 6 months full stack program, which is basically a job guarantee program where you can actually get a job by learning the trending skills and making projects, you can just say yes. And like currently I'm saying, yeah, the others, As I mentioned 10, so I'm just writing nothing and I submit my attendance. And my attendance is recorded. Now, if you see, right, I refresh the page and my progress goes from 0 to 20. Now, this is because currently there is no assignment loaded in the platform for the next 5 days. As and when you go ahead, like on the day 2, day 3, and the assignment is given, below this attendance mark, mark attendance button, you will see a submit assignment button as well. We have to open, you will get the assignment there, you have to submit the assignment there and put submit, similar way as you did for attendance, and accordingly your progress will be calculated, right? So far any queries, guys? So far any queries? The first step, go and register. The links, as I mentioned, is the one link which is also pinned in the chat for you guys. So this one link will give you all the links for your assignment, attendance, certificate, and everything. In that you have to see the schedule, join the groups, see your certificate progress and everything, right? Any queries so far? Any queries so far? Kanaya, if you have to access the recordings as well, it's the same process. All you have to do is go on this one link, right? You can directly watch. You can see the recordings here directly. You have to just click on watch you on YouTube, and it will take to you that to your similar page. That's it. And if you guys haven't, like, if you guys joined late, right, just you can say rewind the video. It is due to, we can just go back and check what we covered. Yes, we will complete all the basics topics. Now, one more thing before we go ahead. One more thing before we go ahead, right, guys? One thing, make sure that you are attending this class. Let me just tell you what we are going to build in the upcoming programs. Let me just show you very quickly. Make sure that now, guys, like, you are in this HTML and CSS program, right? And then we have JavaScript program coming up in the next week. Okay, so once you complete this HTML CSS program, and make sure that you're also learning JavaScript program, which is starting on 7th November, so you can just go and enroll it right away. And once you are done with HTML and JavaScript, we have something amazing coming where we are going to build the Netflix clone using React. Okay, so now for Netflix clone, you guys should understand JavaScript, and you can say HTML, CSS as well. React, a basics of React will be taught to you in the very start. So we hope that you also know React little bit, because it's very easy, the little bits. And while we are building it, you will learn more topics about React. But HTML, CSS, JavaScript is a mandate for this workshop, where you will learn how to build a clone of Netflix, right? So I hope all you guys are going to cover these three things, that is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React as well, right? So let me just see any queries so far. No, right? So can we guys start with actual learning? Let me just go to StreamYard again and just call in the trainer. Hi Sanjay sir, how are you? Okay, I by mistakenly removed you as okay, my bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, hi sir, how are you?
yeah, I'm fine, sir. What about you?
I'm all good, sir. I'm all good. Right. So, guys, he's your trainer. So, once I guess a lot of students are seeing him and almost are familiar with him. Right. So, he's the only trainer you guys say you're going to see in the upcoming essentials for even in Netflix. So, make sure you're understanding everything from what he's teaching in this as well as JavaScript, because everything is being going to be used to build a Netflix clone. Right. So, make sure you're taking most of this. You can say most out of this program, and I guess yeah. Over to you, Sanjay sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Okay, so I think let me just first of all share my screen real quick. So, yeah, by the way, good evening. My voice may crack a little bit today, so just don't mind that. So I'm just going to teach you, not teach, basically, I'm just going to train you about HTML, CSS, and also related to JavaScript, and so that we can work with that React, Netflix clone and all. So like these three sessions are very important for you to understand how we can work with React to create a Netflix clone. So like ultimate goal is to create that thing, and before that we will basically cover all of the basic stuff. So shall we start? So just waiting for your call so that we can start. Yeah, hello Faisal. Many of you, I think know me already, so I can see. Yeah, okay, so let's start with today's session. So today we are just going to understand about the basics of HTML, CSS, and I will just give you some little bit a glimpse of JavaScript as well. So first of all, what we are going to do. So like in a nutshell, we are just going to create a website. Like literally, we are just trying to create a website. So like Netflix is also a website, but that's a different kind of website. We say it web app, yeah, website applications and all. So by using React, we will be able to create that web app. But before that, we need to understand how basically our website works. So like I'm just going to show you the glimpse and all how this all thing works. So that's not necessary to understand about the HTML CSS, but that's very important so that it will be very easy for you to understand why we are doing all of this thing is. So like how internet works. So let's just understand how internet works. So like internet is nothing. It's just a bunch of computers connected with each other. Like literally that's all. So like we have so many computers around the world, and like don't mind my drawing skill because like I have told already, I'm not an artist, I'm just a developer. So like suppose these four are the computers, and these all computers are basically connected to each other through some wires or through some like say wireless communication, anything. Like these computers are just connected, and we call this stuff internet literally. So this is just internet. Internet. Yep. So what is the purpose of internet? So using internet, you can share the data. So what is the data? Like any sort of information, your message, photos, videos, anything is just a data. Like if you type a hi, that hi is also a data. So you can basically transfer that data from one machine, like from one computer to another computer. So suppose if you want to send something from here to here, you can do that by using this internet because all the computers are connected at the end of the day. So like, but there are like so many ways to share a data. Like you can basically create a website. So website is actually just a way to share the data through the internet. That's all. You can also share the data using a mobile application. Is it like we are doing this every day? You can also share the data using like let's say a website, and also you can share the data for a robot or any kind of stuff. So basically we are going to understand how we can share a data through like by using a website and all. So that's very easy, by the way. That's very easy. So all you have to do is to create a HTML file. That's all. So what if we are going to do here? We are just going to create this HTML file, and we are going to share this HTML file through the internet. So everybody can see this HTML file. That's all. So our whole goal is to create this HTML file. So at the end of the day, website is just a way of sharing the data to all of the world. So this is what we are going to build. And through this journey, we are also going to understand why we are doing this and internal working as well. So let's just start with this. So how you can create this file? So our ultimate goal is to create a very beautiful HTML file, and we will understand about the HTML file right now and why we are using this HTML file, by the way. Like we can just have worked with any other thing, but why HTML file? Because HTML file is a very special type of file that can actually be opened by a browser like Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, not Internet Explorer. Like all of these browsers can basically open this HTML file. So let me just show you a real example. So let's just create a file here. So demo.txt, and I'm just going to open this notepad. Like it's completely fine to open a notepad. So I'm just going to write here, hello, it's a HTML file, yeah, and full stop, and go over here, file, and save as. So this is just notepad, huh? Nothing special here. Now I'm just going to share this with the name of, let's say, demo.html. So look, this .html is very important. Here I'm specifying that this is a HTML file. That's all. And now let me just save it. As soon as you will save it, see, so this is your file. Just now we created this file, and you can see this, the logo is completely changed. It's a Chrome icon right now, as you can see here. So why? Because Chrome can basically read this file. So just open this, and voila. So like congratulations, you have basically created your first website. Literally it's just a website, like just dot hypertext markup language. So like this HTML and all. So a browser can basically understand this file. So we are basically going to share this file to all the world and all the world is basically like all the people around the world basically can open this file using this browser. And what's special with this HTML file is that you can basically decorate this file by using some tags and some coding and all. You can decorate this file. Right now, it's really looking very ugly. Like you cannot share a data in like very pretty form. It's also like not what are you sharing, like how are you sharing is also important. So right now, it's not looking good enough. So we are going to use that HTML thing to decorate this. Yeah. So like that is why HTML is very important. So it's a markup language basically. Markup means you can say it as decorating or showing some data in some different font weight and all. So let me just show you a real example right now. So instead of just doing this, let me just open this file one more time by Notepad. So right click here, open with Notepad. And now I'm just going to show you a thing. So let me just put this thing here and this thing here. So right now I'm just writing here, hello, it's a HTML file. And I'm just going to do some sort of magic here. So I'm just going to put a H1 and a H1 here. And hello, I am bigger, not nigger. It should be bigger, bigger and bolder. Full stop. And I'll save it. And if I refresh it, see, so now it's like bigger and bolder. So that's all we can do with. So you can basically create some list, and also let me just create a list here. So we are just going to understand how to do this. I'm just showing you some demos and all. So let me just, if you want to create a list, you can create a list here as well. So li, let me just like put some names of cars. So BMW, and let me just copy this thing and paste it here with some another name. Let's say go with Ford and save it and refresh it. So see, you have a list here. So you can create list, ordered and unordered. So it's an unordered list. If I put here say O and O, and if I save it, so it will become an ordered list. So this is all the power of HTML is. So that's why we are just going to create a HTML file which is basically going to be understood by a browser. So this is our HTML file. A browser can basically read this file, and it can basically understand like what is written inside this file, how you want to show your data and all. So that's all about HTML, like literally. So if you feel like okay, so it's so difficult or not, like it's not, it's very easy. So we are going to learn what all things can you do with this HTML, how this HTML file is structured, and also we will understand about something called as CSS. So CSS is basically like if you want to make this thing little more pretty. So right now it's not looking that good. If you want to change colors, if you want to put some animations and all, so that's for that we will use something called CSS. So we'll also learn this thing. And if you want to make your website little interactive, so interactive in the sense means if you put if you click somewhere and if you want to do something, suppose in that Netflix clone, so if you will click on that play button, so that movie will start playing, and you will have let's say a progress bar, volumes and all. So all sort of stuff are basically possible using JavaScript. So don't worry, everything is very easy. We are just going to take like baby steps, and at the end of this like these 3 sessions, I'm pretty sure that you will be very comfortable with this all concept. Like, and this all together is, we call it as web development. So we call this whole thing as web development. Yeah, web development. Like web development also have two parts, like front end and the back end. So we are basically working with the front end now. Hopefully you will also learn the back end after the Netflix and all. So like that's all about the HTML. First of all, like we are just going to cover the first checkpoint, that HTML. So shall we start with this thing, HTML? Any doubts still here? Like I have just covered the basic of HTML, right? The web development and the basics and all. So shall we move to the next part? I'm just waiting for a response like that. So why we are using Notepad? Yeah, sure, we are going to, but right now I'm just showing you the demos and all. Okay. So like the Vyansh is saying that why we are using Notepad. So the thing is, you can basically all we need a text editor. Text editor is nothing, it just was a tool where you can write something and where you can save a file, you can create a file. That's all about our text editor is. So but this Notepad is not good enough to like create a complete website. Like it's too much of work, we have to write something, and it's not very helpful with the coding and all. So instead of this notepad, we are going to use something else. So we have something called code editors. So what is a code editor? It's just a notepad. It's just a notepad with some like on steroids. So basically it's some with superpowers that will basically help us to write code. So like we have so many options like Atom, Eclipse, then obviously VS Code and Notepad++, Sublime text editor. We have so many, but my favorite is VS Code. So we are going to use VS Code. So like yes, Sublime is okay. Like you can basically work with any of the text editor and the code editor. That's completely fine. That's your choice. I'm not going to force you that you should use VS Code, but I'm pretty sure as we are going to move through this session, you are also going to fall in love with VS Code because it's super cool and like very easy to use. And it's created by Microsoft, so you can basically trust it. So let me just download this VS Code real quick. I have already downloaded this VS Code. So let me just show you how you can download it. So just Google VS Code and like you will get this download link here. Just click here and just download it. It's very straightforward and very easy. So like if you're on the Windows machine, download it for the Windows. If you are like some like geeky kind of person and if you're using Ubuntu or any Linux distro, just go with Linux. And if you're a rich kind of guy, so you can just go with Mac. Right now I'm just using a Windows machine. So I will just download it for the Windows. Just click here and it will get downloaded. And this installation process is very straightforward. Next, next, next. Like it's like the one of the most easiest installer thing. I think my IDM is over. Okay, so I have already downloaded it, so I'm not going to do this one more time. So after you will download this, as soon as you will download this, you can basically open this by typing VS Code anywhere. So like you can just open this software. So let me just show you how your VS Code is gonna look like. So it's not actually gonna look like my VS Code. So like it's showing me the project that I was working on just now. So it's basically a Next.js project I was working on. So let me just change the theme here. So like in VS Code, we also have some themes and also you can customize your VS Code according to your liking. So let me just show you how it's gonna look for you. So like I have so many themes already installed on my device here. Mm-mm-mm. I think, yeah. So it's gonna look like this for you. So this is the VS Code. In first glance, it looks little intimidating, but it's very easy to work with. So like all you have to do is to create a new file from this. So just click here, file, and you can click on this new file to create a new file. And you can just type any name here. Let me just say it, let demo.html and click enter. But I'll just show you a better way to do this. And you have to choose a place where you want to save this file. So I'm just going to save this file on the desktop right now. So create this file here. So if I'll just open my desktop here, and okay, so this is, I think it's got created in attachments by mistake. So let me just create it one more time. New file here. Let me just put any name. Let's say demo.html. Press enter, and let's just choose a better folder. So desktop. On the desktop, I'm just going to create this file. So see, I have this demo.html file here. It's very easy to work with this. Just create new file from here. That's like literally that's all. And let me just show you some cool things. So here, if I just type h1, so it's basically, so like it will it's just going to give you some colors, code. So it will be easy for us to work here. So hello website and save it. See, so it's gonna easier for us to write our code here. And if you will just double click here, see, it's we have this thing here. So let me just write some more stuff. So let me just create that thing one more time now. So ul here. Okay, let's just create a list item. My laptop is little laggy today. And one, it has so many cool shortcuts and all which make our life so easier. And a quick refresh and you have your list here. So it's very easy to work here. But first of all, and we are not going to do this like I just showing the example. We are just going to open a folder. Why folder? So just create any folder here. So I have just created a new folder here with the name of day one. See this folder here. So like we like to like manage our project in a single folder, so it will be easier for us to work. So that's all. So just create a new folder and just inside this VS Code, click on this file and open folder, and open a folder and choose the folder that you have just created. So like this, and just select folder. So day one and select this folder. That's all. So it's just going to open in a minute. Okay, so like we have opened our folder here, and you can see the folder name here. So like this is our folder name, day one. You can just give this folder name anything. So just keep it a little meaningful, so it will be easier for you to come back and work with this. And here you will see some icons. So this icon is used to create a new file inside this folder. So let me just open this folder for you. So right now it's like completely empty. Let me just put this folder right side, and let's just create a new file. So I'm going to create a new next file with the name of index.html. Okay, so look at this name, index.html. Basically you can go with any name, but it's a convention that we always create our first HTML file with this particular name, index.html. And just click anywhere and you will see this file got created inside our folder automatically. So like very easy to work. So you can basically create your new file. You can delete some file. I can just delete it from here, so it will basically, it's gone. So you can manage this folder from your VS Code. So you don't have to basically open this folder again and again. You can just go over here, and that's all. So let's just create our first HTML file here. So index.html and press enter. So like that's all, we have created our first HTML file. Yeah. So now we are basically going to move to the next part, and in this part we will understand the HTML like piece by piece, bit by bit. So shall we like anybody having any doubt related to this VS Code and all, you can just put your doubt in the chat. So do we have to download some yeah, Francisco, we have to download some extensions, so that that will make our life a little bit more easy. So anybody, any doubts related to this VS Code? So I will just give you a quick recap, and if not, so we can move to, can we, yeah, like Shiva, it's completely upon you. You can go with any code editor. It's a completely your choice. Yeah, okay, that's great. After installing VS Code Note, so Kalesh says, I'm using Windows 10 Pro. After installing VS Code, not supporting my system, some error is throwing any bug in the VS Code. Kalesh, can you just share me the code, like error code? So like I'm not able to, like I won't be able to guess your error without the error code. So like if you can see, just tell me what is the error you are getting, and after that I can just suggest you some fix for that. LI stand for list item. Yeah, give a small recap. Yeah, sure, I will. No doubt. Is there any free course for full stack development? Pavitra Sahu, at the end of the session, I will just answer you this question. Sir, LI stands for Ayush. We are basically going to Ayush CS. We are going to cover each and everything, so don't worry about that. Right now, I'm just showing some demos and all about that HTML. Yeah. Please do auto save, so don't have to refresh it again and again. Yeah, Jitendra, I will just like enable all the proper settings like step by step, so that everybody can follow up. Okay, HTML icon is not showing here, like yeah, because I have installed some features. So what is the name? Husef Khan. The thing is, like your VS Code is very modular. So if you want to add some icons, you can do that. If you want to change the theme, you can do that. I will just give you all the basic steps so that you can modify your VS Code according to your liking. So like it's not going to look like exactly as mine. Okay, so let's move. I'm just first of all, let's just move to the next part first of all, and I'll just after that I will just give you what extension, what is XAMPP. So XAMPP, BCS XAMPP we are not going to use. You won't require XAMPP if we are working with VS Code now. Feeling too laggy. Your screen share is feeling too laggy. So like right now I'm not typing anything. Maybe try to increase your YouTube video quality maybe, or let me just my VS Code, Coil is saying my VS Code is not working properly. So you can just choose any other text editor, like if you want to, and otherwise just tell me what is the problem that you are facing. HTML is the extension, yeah. Saptarashi Das, HTML is the extension. So like .exe, .mp3, mp4, like remember, like according same, that's why index.html. So let's just write first HTML code here. So for that, let me just show you how we write this HTML stuff. So HTML stuff is basically consist of only two things. Like this, in this HTML file, we have basically two parts. First thing we call it as HTML tag. Yeah, we have HTML tag. So like we have so many predefined tags in HTML. I will just show you some of the tags, and as we are going to move, we are basically also going to understand about some more tags and all. And second thing we have is our actual data here. Okay, so first thing we have a tag, and second we have a data is like any content, like any hello, how are you, like things na, that you write. It's your data. And tag, so these tags are basically predefined, and each and every tag is basically going to define how your data is going to look like, how it's going to behave. So like a tag basically is going to define how your data is actually going to look like. Let me just show you one tag example. So h1 is a tag. We call this thing heading tag. How to write a tag? To write a tag, just use this arrow brackets here. Okay, this is arrow brackets. Inside this arrow bracket, write your tag name. So h1. So we just use this arrow bracket. Inside this arrow bracket, just you have to type your tag name. So I will just share you the list of all the tags and all. Okay, and again do this thing, and this time also write your tag name inside of this. Okay, so this is a h1 tag. So this is how we write a tag. Okay, so this is how we write a tag. So this is we called as the opening part, yeah, opening tag here. And this is the closing tag here. Closing, opening and the closing. The only difference is, like in the closing we will have a backslash. So this arrow, backslash, and your tag name. And don't worry, you don't have to memorize these tag names. You can just find these tags anywhere. I'll also share you a list, and it's very easy to understand. The difficult part is just to understand how they work. Okay, so that is what I'm going to cover. You don't have to do any memorization, like that's not at all necessary. Like in whole developer industry, you don't have to memorize anything. Yeah, so this is our first tag here. So h1. So let me just show you one more example. So there is one tag we call as p tag. So this is we call paragraph tag. So each and every tag have a name. So this is p tag, and how you can write this p tag? Just use this opening and closing arrows. Inside this you have to write your tag name, and after that you have to create a closing tag. That's all. So this is how you can write as many in a single HTML file. You can have so many tags. Like it's completely depends on you how many tags you want, what is your website is actually for. So depending on that, you can use these tags accordingly. Yeah. Okay, that's all. So this is the tag, and inside of this, like between this opening and the closing tag, you can basically put your data. Okay, so this is the tag. Remember, two parts. First part was the tag, and second was the data. So let me just put a data here, any data. So data could be anything. Let's say hello, and save it. So voila, we have just created our first HTML file. And let me just open this file for you. So just open your folder and just double click on it, and you will see we have this thing here on our left side. So hello. Okay, so this h1 tag is basically going to make your data like bold and bigger. So let me just put our data without any tag here. So I am a data without any tag, and save it and refresh. So this is the data without any tag, and this is the data with a tag here. So let me just show you some demo of some tags here. So we have h2. So this is h2, and it's also a heading tag. So we have h1, h2, h3 till h6. So let me just put a hello here as well. Save it and refresh. So like H2 is little smaller, and similarly we have till H6 here. H3, H4, H5, and look closely as I change my opening tag, my closing tag is also changing. So this is because of this VS Code. So it will be very helpful. See, so this is how like this heading tags actually look like. Similarly, we have many more tags. So we are just going to cover all of them, not all of them basically, because it's basically useless if I'm just going to cover all the tags here, because it's very easy to understand what the tag actually meant for. We are going to understand about the HTML. So that's the important part, not these tags and all, because you can just Google it and you can find like how they are working. So this is all about tags, and it's a data and it's a tag. So how to write a tag? Just put this arrow brackets. Inside this you have to put a tag name, and you have to do this one more time, again your tag name, and inside this you can basically write your data here. So why do we have this closing part, by the way? So if you don't put this closing part now, if you don't put this closing part, the problem will be like your, like if I write anything here, so hello, I am Sanjay, and if I save this and if I refresh it, see it's also bigger and bolder. And if I don't want it to be like this bigger and bolder, but it is it's still bigger and bolder. Why? Because I haven't specified the closing part for this tag here. So it's just going to apply its effect on everything afterwards. So that's that's gonna be a real problem. So I'm just going to put a closing tag here. So just to tell it, like don't just apply effect after this. No? So it's not going to. It's just going to apply its effect only for the thing which are in which is inside of it. Okay, and a save here. See, so now my I'm Sanjay is like not that huge and all. Okay, so that's all. And next thing, inside a tag, you can also have some tags. So we are going to cover that in a minute. So what I want to say that you can basically create a tag, and inside that tag you can create another tag. So let me just show you an example here. So if I create a h1 here, na, h1 here. So this is a heading tag, yeah, and inside this I can put any other tag. So like it depends, like if you want to you can do this. So we are basically going to do this now. So why don't we just put a h3 here? Let's see what effect it's gonna show. So hello, and I save it. So we are getting this h3 here, and let me just put world here. Save it. So this world is huge and it's not that huge. So what I wanted to tell you this, inside a tag you can also have some another HTML tag. Yeah, so that's the thing I wanted to tell you. So I will just show you the proper use case of this, but this is also possible. So like just what you have to take from this, that this thing is also possible. And now the last part is like a tag with a data inside it. So if we call this HTML element, so this is HTML tag. If you put any data inside of it, so I am an element. Okay, so now we call this whole thing as HTML element here. Yeah, so this whole thing, a tag with any data, a tag with a data, we call this whole thing a HTML element. Okay, so this is our HTML element we have here. Okay, so like now I have just covered the basics of HTML only. So like it's very simple. If you're doing this for the first time, it may look little difficult, but you can trust me, you can bet on me. Like within 2 days, it's just gonna be become a child's play for you. So just don't panic. Like it's the most crucial part, na, starting part, because I have seen in the beginning only people can lose the hopes and all. So just stick around. Yeah, teach C sharp. So we have already covered the C++ already. Now let me just go through the chat and okay. So I think from here I left. Rahul, you can just rewatch the video, Rahul, because it's already 7:10. So if I just give you a recap, so it's just gonna take 5 to 10 minutes. So that's when. Download icon extension, yeah. Okay, so I have so many questions to answer here. So for folder operating by VS Code, yeah, Rohan, we are going to obviously try searching on search bar. Can you have internship for the full stack development? We should drop a message on our official website. I think they will be very helpful for that. So screens blur, can we get some clarity? Shiva, just increase your video quality from here, na? Just go over here, like from here. So I'm pretty sure that the problem is in this part. So just click on this setting icon and increase your video quality, because as I can see, like my internet speed is good enough to upload the thing. And if you're still facing the problem, so from tomorrow or like just skip 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm pretty sure that it's gonna get resolved. How long this session will be? So like Janvi, it's going to be like till 7:30 every day, na? So we have 15 more minutes. Explain AB at. Yes, CM, we are going to explain all the tags and all. Can we fix error message always bottom left? Can we fix the error message always bottom left of the page? Mohit, I'm not able to understand what you're talking about. Uh, just can you elaborate your question a little bit more? Yeah, premium hub, we are going to teach some, like we are going to move to the advanced stuff, but like people are from each and every domain, so we have to cover the basics as well. Okay, so let's just create our first HTML file here. So first tag that we always use when we create a page is called as HTML tag. So like it's very, very important to put this tag at the very top. So why? So it will help our browser to understand that, okay, so this guy is going to basically create a HTML file. So that's a always use this HTML tag. Okay, so this is the first tag that you always have to use. So now we are basically actually creating a website proper with a proper layout. And inside this, we again use two tags. So first is called head and second is called body. So BODY, body here. Okay, so like this is a basic structure. So first of all, always use this HTML tag. Let me just close this because I'm not using this anymore. Okay, so here we have HTML tag. Always use this. Inside this HTML element we have, inside this HTML element, use this head tag and the body tag with the opening and the closing. Yeah, so it's very important, and I will just cover why. And inside this body, if you put anything, so it's gonna be like visible on your screen. See this hello, I am from body, and save it. So you'll see this thing on your screen. Yeah, what that thing you are going to see on your website. And inside this head, we generally inside this head, if you put any data, so let me just put hello, I am from head. And if you save this, you'll also see this thing on your web page. Like, see, I'm just getting this hello, I'm from head from this partner. I'm just getting this hello, I'm from head from here. And hello, I'm from body from here. But the thing is, we don't put these kind of stuff inside this head. Inside your head, always put the information about your website. Like, what is the title of your website? To use the title, we have a special tag called title tag. So this is basically used to tell the browser, like this Chrome browser, any browser that you're using, that what is the name of your website. So let me just put here, let's say HTML, CSS, essential. So this is the name of my website. So like to put the title for your website, we use this very special kind of tag here, the title tag. And this is the title element. Okay. And inside this head, we always put some information about the website. So this title is actually the information about our website. And we are also going to put some more information about our website. So don't worry about that right now. And if you save it, if you save this thing, and if I just give it a quick refresh here, uh, and let me just save it real quick. I think this is not the page. Yeah, this one is. So if you'll see closely, here. So here you can see the title of your website, HTML, CSS Essentials. So whatever you put inside your title, you're actually going to see here. You can also put some emojis as well. So let me just put an emoji, this one, and if you save it and I refresh, I think it's not saved here. Yeah, emojis won't work here. Okay, obviously. Now, where's the page? Okay, I have to manage this thing. So let me just put this on the right side and this thing on the left side. Okay, so it's a little bit more visible here. Okay, so this is our my laptop is like little laggy today. I think it's because of that sticky key. Okay, that shift. If you press shift 5 times, you will have that sticky keys. Okay, so one thing that I want to tell you, if you just put this title tag inside the body, and if you save it, still you are going to get your title here. See, still I'm just getting my title here, but never do this. So what is the reason? You will understand in a 2 3 days. So like that's a always put, like you can just put this title tag anywhere. I can just put this title tag like here also, and I just get my title. But don't to do this. So like there are some rules that we have to follow here, and all the rules are because of some reasons and all. So this is the basic layout of any basic website here. And actually, we are always going to work here inside this body. So let me just create a h1 here. Okay. So and let me just put finally our website and save it and I refresh here. See, so we are getting finally our website. So like we are all going to create all of our stuff inside this body tag only. We are not going to move to some another thing. So like you can close this head tag. It's not necessary right now. We are going to add some CSS and all. So let me just show you a CSS example as well. So if you put this style tag here, don't worry, we are going to cover this. Red alert, it's like out of syllabus for now. We are going to cover this style tag in depth after, like from tomorrow, like day after tomorrow. So you can do this sort of stuff here. So let me just put some color, and you can, let me just go with this aqua one and save it and I refresh. So see, color is changed. So we are like this sort of information. So this is the information about my website. So that's why we are putting this inside this head. So we are always like we are going to do this all stuff. So don't worry about that. So right now, let me just remove this and let me just fix one problem. So whenever I make any change here, so let me just put another tag here. Let's say P and P tag. I am facing a problem. The problem is that whenever I make any change here, I have to refresh here as well. So it's not like a good developer experience. Now it's not a good experience. Like if I make even a small change and to see it, I have to basically refresh here. So that's not good experience. So what you can do, so this VS Code, as I told you, is super powerful. So you have something called extensions in VS Code. So this is a VS Code specific feature now. VS Code specific feature. It's not related to HTML, CSS. It's just VS Code. If you are using VS Code as your code editor, so you can also use this. So what is this thing here? So in VS Code, we have something called extensions. So if you want to add more features on VS Code, like on the top of the feature it already have, if you want to add more features, so you'll have this extension part here. So this is the extensions. Just click here and you can look for, like it have thousands of extensions, like thousands of extra features. So like extra themes, icons, fonts, and all, like so much, so many stuff here. So right now I'm looking for extension called as live server. Just type here live server, and very easy, very straightforward. Now just look for the extension live server, and you will get this thing on the first step. That's just this first one. Now just click here, this first one, and you will get an install button here. So right now I have already installed it. So you will get an install button. Let me just do it for you. So it will require a reload. So let me just tell you how you can install this live server. So just go over on your extension here So right now I have uninstalled my extension. So let me just look for live server. By the way, this thing is like VS Code is specific. So if you are using any other text editor, so you won't be able to do this like obviously. But just click here on this live server and click on this install. It's gonna take like in a minute to get installed, and as soon as it will get installed, so like let it be installing. Okay, so it got installed, and now just open your index.html file, and you will see a very special icon here. So it's gonna take little time. So see, as soon as you will install that live server extension, by clicking here, look for that live server and install it. You will see this go live here. You will see this go live here. Can you see this go live? So you will get this go live here. And all you have to do is to just click on this go live. Just click here on this go live and just wait for a few seconds. And what it's going to do, it's going to open your website. So it's going to open your website in a new tab in your browser. See, and now see the fun part. If I add anything inside my web page here, so let me just put, let's say h2 and h2 here, and if I add anything, so I am subheading, and if I save it, it's automatically going to add here, so I don't have to keep refreshing every time I make any change here. So if I just like, and it got resolved, and it got resolved, and if I save it, see, it automatically got updated here, and the spelling is not correct, so now it's, now our life is little easier to work with. So that's why VS Code is so good. And one thing I want to tell you, if you want to add some themes and all, you can also look for some themes. Just type your themes, and like you will get so many themes. So right now the theme I'm using is material theme. So like you can just install any theme. So it's just gonna change the visual look of your VS Code. You can just go over the setting, color theme, and let me just choose a different theme. So I basically go use this one. So like it's look little pretty and all. So I'll use this theme for now, and it's completely your choice. Like if you can just go with any theme according to liking and all. But I'll just go with this one, huh? So I'll just use this theme for rest of the course. So like you can also make your VS Code look like this by using some themes and icons. So like this is all about the basics of HTML. So we will cover some HTML tags, and then we'll move to the CSS. And I'll tell you how you can create a website with a proper CSS. And at the end of the session, we will basically create a project, like we'll try to recreate the Let's Upgrade website. So it's a good time to say this. So we are just going to recreate this Let's Upgrade official website here. So like we will just create this first page by using HTML and CSS, and we will also create this page now. So we'll just create this part and this part. So depending how much time we have, and I'm pretty sure that you will be able to create this thing by your own after this session. So we are going to recreate this whole stuff. So at the, like if you want to like have your Let's Upgrade of your own, so you can just stick around for these 5 days. So I think that's enough for the day one and the introduction part. And from tomorrow, we are just going to, like what we are going to do tomorrow. We'll basically understand some basic and important tags. We will learn about something called attributes. We will also learn about the attributes, and then we will jump to the CSS. So we can style our thing. And for like after that, we will learn CSS in great depth. And after that, we will recreate this web page for you. So like we are just going to target, like all the basic concept will be cleared for you, so you can start working with the HTML and CSS. After that we will have JavaScript, and after that we will have the React. Okay, so that's it for today. And like if I already opened the Let's Say It website, why don't I just tell you about the full stack course we provide. So if you just want to start your journey as a like developer, as a software engineer, it's a good time to do a little bit, like because the job market in the software industry is like really high, and right now there is so much demand for the web developers in the industry. So we provide you the 6 months of full stack course for the web development and for the data science as well, like two top notch and two most demanding skills right now. So if you want to make your future secure, if you want to land a new job, like if you're a school student, college student, or if you're a working professional, you can just enroll here. and you can use my coupon code SK10 to just get a 10% instant off on any of these courses. So by the way, both the courses are job ready. So we will also give you a job after this. So you don't have to worry about the jobs. So like as soon as you complete this session, you will also get the placements and all from the Let's Upgrade, like from here only. And these classes are so fun because we work here as a not as a trainer teacher. We work here as a like as a friend. So it's a really different atmosphere here. And I also take one of the batches here in the web development for this full stack program. So I hope I'll see you someday in this session and all. Yeah, so that's it, guy, for the day one. I'll see you tomorrow. From tomorrow, we are basically going to move to the advanced stuff, and we are just going to do a really, really good thing. So that's it, and bye bye. Have a nice night. Yeah.